Hey, hey, everybody. Hello, YouTube. Oh no, we got a crying cat. What's up, YouTube? And people spamming on Twitch. How are we doing today? Happy Wednesday. I've got a very loud cat already today. You. All right. What do you say we do some baseball things today? I got a hard out at 10 o'clock and that dingleberry dog right here. Huh. You're a dingleberry dog. You're a dingleberry dog. This one is the biggest dog in the house and let a cat eat his breakfast this morning. A cat. That one let a cat eat his breakfast this morning. Great job. Oh, thank you very much. I've got this. I think I've got a rated rookie shirt I wear sometimes too. What is it? It's I forget whose logo this is. I have a bunch of their shirts. I think I forgot who it was last time we had a shirt discussion. I know everybody wants to talk about the NBA Cup from last night, but we're not going to do it. We're going to just do baseball. Let's just stick to baseball. I only know about the NBA Cup because it was on where I was working last night. That's literally the only reason I know there's such a thing as the NBA Cup. Let's do some dailies because I do have a hard out at 10 o'clock today. So let's do this starting 9. I am making it a little bit smaller so we can see. We had a good day on Monday, 3-0 with 2 home runs and a double. We probably could have had 3 home runs, but, you know, when I guess 50-50, it's never going to be right. So let's go ahead and see what kind of trouble we can get into today. All right. I think the over-under is 6.5 this week, so that means it's kind of hard. I saw that the guy with the streak ended his streak. No Mike Guillen sightings in today's batch. Good. Although, you know, I knew exactly where he played. Let's see. Well, like I was saying, I saw the guy that had like the 50+ hit streak lost this week. He went 7-2 this week. Is that where you got the 6.5? Is that he went 7-2? I have a feeling this is gonna be hard today. So let's go with third base. I don't know. Third base. All right, we got Pete Werber and Lavagetto. I'm going to just make him very Italian. It's a Lavagetto. And Pete Werber. If we win this one, I really, just by the luck of the draw, we have to get the Pete Weber clip. We have to. But first, we have to win this. Let's see. So we've had the Red Sox already, and it wasn't a Bill Nolan article. We have not had thus far the Phillies, and since I have no idea here, we will Cookie Werber, or no Cookie. Yeah, Andrew, we missed you on Monday. We had your article, and I got you and Brian mixed up with Craig Nettles. It was a. Oh, you know what? That just reminds me. I'm just gonna take my meds right now so I don't forget. I duck out. Like I don't know if you're allowed to take controlled substances on. Well, I smoke on stream, so never mind. Never mind. Let's see. Let's go Phillies. Just we're shot in the dark. No. All right, let's go. I'm guessing that this is earlies. This is earlies. I don't know what that means. This is an earlier type of game. So let's go short. We haven't gone short for a while. Ooh, all right. We got the Lip and Randy Myers. before he was a pitcher, or Seth Meyers, or Urban Meyer, or Mike Myers. Yeah, baby. All right, so the lip, I guess we'll go with the Dodgers. Well, we got it. We got it, team. All right. It was not Phillies Bucks because we haven't had the Phillies or the Bucks. Maybe the Cards and somebody? I think it was the Cardinals game. I think it was the second game. Or maybe it was the first game with the Brewers. I don't remember. All right. Let's see here. Let's go with catcher. See what we get. Phelps. Ken Phelps. My people were telling me Ken Phelps. Lombardi. This isn't like the Brooklyn Brawler Lombardi, is it? Against the Brooklyn Dodgers? You know, look, we're going to just go with the Giants. You know, Dodgers, Giants. If you don't know, that's always just a way to go. Nope. All right. Let's do pitcher. Walter. Wow. I mean, I got the away team well enough. Cardinals, Phils. Oh. Cardinals. Oh. Yeah, Cardinals, Phils. Let's see. This is clearly a... Well, if they're in Brooklyn, I mean, that gives us a somewhat time frame. I mean, this could very well be a World Series game. Could very well be the House of David. Or it could be, you know what? I just feel it. I feel it. I don't know why, but I feel this. It's the Braves. It's not the Braves. All right. Let's say, see, we've stayed in the infield. Let's go to the outfield. Let's go center field. Kraft. I don't know these peoples. I'm going to stick in the American League or in the National League just because the Dodgers have played statistically many more games in the National League than they have in the World Series. That's the only reason. It's either Reds or the Bucks. Last time I didn't choose the Bucks, it was the Bucks. We're going Bucks. All right, hold on to your butts. That's a way to do it.
Sit down, Charlie.
Yes, that was the Reds that I had selected and was about to hit the send button. Okay, so last time I had the Bucks and then I changed it at the last minute and it was the Bucks. This time I had the Reds and changed it at the last minute to the Bucks and it was the Reds. Jeez. 1939, Reds beat Dodgers in first televised game in Comedy of Errors by Laura H. Peebles. There were only 3 errors. Maybe some were errors that should have been scored errors, but the Dodgers scorers said, nope, that's it. All right, let's see. 1939. a televised game, so you got to have those 1.5-minute breaks. Actually, 2.5 minutes. Now, I think. I don't know. I wonder if they even went to commercial. They probably just stayed there. Let's say for 1939, this is going to be a 2 hour and 39 minutes. 2:39. 239 over unders. Get your bets in. I'm saying it's right on. I think I did pretty good with the time on 2:01. Ooh. I think I did good on the time on Monday. I should start keeping track of that. All right, I say 2:31. You are the fact checker for this game, I'm assuming. All right, let's see what we got. Wow. 1:46. An hour and 46 minutes. Wow. Is that the quickest game we've seen in the modern era? And TV was like, all right, we're gonna televise this game. Get all your sponsors ready. First game of a doubleheader. What was the second? How long did the second game last? 2:01. Jeez. Those two games, they played these two games on this day quicker than an average Yankees-Red Sox game before the pitch clock. 1:46, man. Eddie Juiced would have gotten me to go with the A's. Bucky Walters, I'm assuming I should know this name. Triple Crown winner and MVP. Yeah, I should probably know this name. God dang it. Cincinnati, Philly, Boston. Let's see. MVP 27-11 with a 2.29 ERA. 31 complete games out of 36 starts. Led the league in innings pitched and strikeouts, ERA plus, WHIP, and hits per 9. Wow. For an 8.2 WAR. Jeez. 198 and 160. Wow, that is, what did he do with the bat? If this guy could hit, 243 career average. That's pretty good for a pitcher. Look, somebody got traded for the Phillies and then got good. Wow, that is an impressive line. So in the 80s and 90s, I would always add 100 points onto a pitcher's batting average to kind of tell me what he hits like if he was hitting all the time. I'm going to say back in this day, you probably add like 50 points to it. So like a 290 average. That's pretty good. This dude, he's born in Philadelphia too. So he was a hometown guy and sucked. He didn't suck. Well, he sucked. He was on some bad teams, and then he went to Cincinnati and became a perennial all-star. 23 career homers. Yeah, this is Shohei Ohtani right here of the 30s and 40s, mainly 40s. But that was a fail, and I failed that in spectacular fashion. All right, next game. Let's go third base. Steins and Bell. Is this Buddy Bell? Could this be Buddy Bell? Buddy Bell played for several teams, though. That's the problem. I don't know. And just me, when I think of Buddy Bell, I think of the Rangers. I think because of a specific baseball card. So I'm going to pick them. That's not correct. Let's go pitcher. Wolf and Benson. I don't think this is Randy Wolf. Although, it could be. This could be the Phillies versus the Reds. And since we've already had the Reds and we haven't had a Phillies game this week. Hey-o!
That is right, I did it! That's number 5! Are you kidding me? That's right! Who do you think you are? I am! Get it right!
We got the Pete Werber one. Well, I mean, it would have probably popped up if I had gotten that last game. Darn it. Are both prevalent in the Law and Order universe. Okay. Let's see. April 7th, 2004, B-Wags records 3 strikeout save in Phillies debut by John Fredland. Bell and Steins, I assumed that was Buddy, but no. Same family, I think. But then Wolf and Benson, when I saw Wolf, I thought of Randy Wolf, and then I thought Chris Steins was the third baseman for the Reds, but we just had the Reds, and we hadn't had the Phillies yet, so big baseball brain. All right, 2004, 21 hits, 5-4. I'm going to say this was a 3-hour and 6-minute game. 3-0-6. Get your bets in. David Bell. There you go. 306 is where we're going with this one. 306. I think I nailed this. You nailed it. Ugh. 2 minutes. 2 minutes off. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put X if I miss the time. And I'll put a check if I get it. 317. I don't know. Because knowing that you guys have played the game and then you guys get these by 1 minute, I'll have to give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's see. This was the second game of the year. I would have actually gone faster had I looked and seen it was the second game of the year. Let's see here for the Phils. We got Tomei. We got the Bat. We got Bobby Abreu. Bobby Abreu's gotten some votes this year. He's not going to be a Hall of Famer, but he was a really good player. Really good. Mike Lieberthal. Todd Pratt. I was talking about Todd Pratt. Maybe he was in Wax Pax Heroes this week. I'm not sure. J-Roll. There's David Bell, Randy Wolf, B-Wags, Ricky LeDay. That was Ricky LeDay, right? That baseball card. Where did I put that? Baseball cards. Ricky LeDay. I think I even know right where it is. Yep, there it is. There's Ricky LeDay. Glamour shot. Let's do a fun one. You need a little soft filter on this one. You got the, the bohem background. He's so cute. All right. Here we go. Last starting 9 of today. Let's go. Third base. Okay, Coughlin. That name is familiar, but not familiar enough. And Bradley. I'm going to say this is like a 40s game. 40s-ish is what I'm guessing. Coughlin. I don't think it's Tom Coughlin. I think that's a football coach. Didn't he coach the Giants, I think? I don't think this is Bill Bradley, editor of the Washington Post during the Watergate scandal. All the President's Men, like top 5 movie for me. Top 5 movie. So like a Few Good Men, that made my best friend become a lawyer. Speaking of, we were talking of We were talking about Rob Reiner movies on Monday. A Few Good Men made my best friend become a lawyer. All the President's Men made me go into broadcasting. Not that I spent my career in broadcasting, but that's what I majored in and dabble in every now and then. But that Bill Bradley, it's not Tom Brady, right? Bill Bradley, old-timey baseball player. I don't know. This Coughlin, though, I think this is the clue here, and I'm not going to be able to put it together. Coughlin. I'm thinking a New York team, but I'm thinking a New York team like before the westward expansion. So Yankees, Dodgers, or Giants. And I don't exactly know why. And until I know better, which might be never, we're going to just go with some New York teams. All right, let's go pitcher. Pete Townsend. Nice. And Mike Moore or Roger Moore. Okay, so growing up, Roger Moore was my James Bond. He was my James Bond when I discovered James Bond. For some reason, A View to a Kill, maybe because it's in San Francisco, maybe because Duran Duran just put out the most fucking banging like Bond theme ever at that point. Maybe that's why I have a sweet spot for Roger Moore. He was awful. It was like the most awfulest, like male, what's the word I'm looking for? Not chauvinist, but male, like, he just like bedded everybody and it was so cheesy about it. It was toxic masculinity. There we go. I still will watch A View to a Kill when it's on. Grace Jones. Townsend. I still don't know. So I'm gonna go with all the New York teams except for the Yankees. Bill Bradley's son, Bill Jr., wrote a bibliography of Ted Williams. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. I did not know that. All right. Let's go. We're going to do this. We're going right field. I don't know why. It just feels right. Is this Elmer Flick? And Martin. It's not Billy Martin, infielder. Al Martin, Pirates legend Al Martin. But is this Elmer Flick? Maybe. Not that I'm going to have any idea which teams Elmer Flick played for. Leodis Martin. I think I saw somebody signed him this year. Like, I remember he went and played in Japan and hit a ton of homers. But I hadn't heard from him like the last 2 years. But I swear I saw somebody just signed him to like a minor league invite. Maybe not. All right, I'm just going with the first teams that come to mind because I'm not going to switch anymore. I'm not switching anymore. All right, come on, Tigers. No. All right. Let's go. I'm going to not do catcher this time. Let's go first base. I don't know why. We're going to go first base. We've got an Ed Delahanty. Well, I don't know. Okay, now this is when there's 5 Delahanty brothers in the big leagues, you got to give me an initial. And a Hickman. All right, well, we're gonna focus on Delahunty and hope. Oh, we've already had, we had the Phils. So we're going to go with the Sens. We're going to go with the Sens. Unless, does the Twins get us before 1901? I don't think they do. Yeah, 1901. All right. We're going to stick with the Sens. Here we go. Ah! When I know one of the teams and I get it right, but it's the wrong team, that's frustrating. That's frustrating. All right. What do we do here? Bradley, Hickman, Flick, Moore, and at third shortstop, we've got Klingman. Klingman. Close to Klinger from MASH, but not quite. And Ian Moran at shortstop for the Sens. Klingman, Flick. Who can it be now? 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 Oh, let's give me a point for that one. Maybe you could do hits. You know, like home run is when you get it right away. And maybe you do only 6 choices. Well, there could be 2 choices and I'm still not going to get it right. You could key on like slugging percentage, you know, because you get a home run if you get it on the first guess, a triple on the second, and then a double on the third or fourth, and a single, double on the third, single on the fourth, and walk or an error. And you get a half a point if you get the wrong team. Klingman. Well, we should go with the Yankees then, because I said it seems like New York names, and I picked the other 2 New York teams. Because if I don't pick the Yankees and it is the Yankees, then I'm just going to end it. I'm going to uninstall the internet. All right, here we go. Choke. June 25th, 1903, Ed Delahunty appears in final game as Washington Senators continue to struggle by Alan Stowell. Wow. Final game. So after this game, Ed got on a train for New York because the Giants were going to sign him to a bigger it was Cleveland. Wow. They were going to sign him to a better contract. This is obviously in the middle of the season. And they couldn't do it, obviously, because he was under contract to the Senators. So he got on a train to head north to go rejoin the Senators, who were clearly going to just be like, hey, the fact that you ditched us and went to New York thinking you were just going to start playing with them. But got kicked off a train right at Niagara Falls, walked along the tracks on the bridge over the water. A night watchman went out to see what was going on, And next thing we know, a week later, they find Ed's body down at the base of the falls. They find several pieces of Ed's personal belongings on the night security man, who, I mean, he had to have pushed him. I think Ed was drunk, but still, how are you wearing a dead man's stuff? Unless Ed Delahanty stripped naked and jumped in, and then the security guard just picked up the stuff. But I don't think that's the way it went. I think his hat was one of the things he was wearing. I don't know. Let's see, 1903, 4-0. This game is going to be a quickie. It's not going to be an hour and 46 minutes, but it's going to be... I'm going to say this is going to be an hour and 58 minutes. 158. Over-unders for 158. Article by Alan Stowell. Just missed it. Again, I just missed it. 3 minutes. Yeah. Wow. Look at that Senator. Does this Senator's logo not look like a What are the ink blots? The Rorschach test? What do you see? I see a Senator's logo. That is what that is. I see a pith hat right here. Like, you know, Dr. Livingston, I presume. I see a pith hat and not much else. Even if I squint, I don't see anything else. Well, I do see some. I see something now that I'm looking at it. Okay, these look like boots, right? So these are legs. And this looks like a butt. This you would do what kind of themed hotel? Oh, was it a Disney thing? If it's Disney, then okay. But if this is a non-Disney themed hotel, you're wearing a pith hat. I want the deets. I want to know what was up. Let's see. Was there anybody? Okay, so Ed Delahanty told me that this was the Senators. Anybody on the? Oh, it was the Naps. Nap Lajoie was there. Gosh, damn. Should have picked second base. I mean, that was the only way I was going to get this. Harry Bay. An African-themed hotel. Why couldn't we have gotten old Nap here? Damn. This was a tough grouping here. This middle third was a tough grouping. This middle third was like all of last week. They've been hard recently. Some of these have been really hard, but all right, can we... So the over-under, so we got to go 3-0 on Friday. I'm hoping they're all recent games. I shine at those. But, okay. Tough day. All right. We went 1-2 today. Not our best effort. Paul, thank you for putting us here. Thank you for this game. We will pick this up on Friday. Like I said, I've got a hard out at 10, so we got to keep it moving today. We got to keep it fluid. I think on Friday we're going to watch a couple of baseball videos too. I enjoyed watching the introductions to that 85 All-Star game. So I think we'll pull some, I've got a ton of baseball videos. We'll pull some of that stuff. All right. 98 top 3 home runs, 2000s top 5 SBs, 2024 top 3 home runs, and played mainly catcher for the Athletics. No Steinbach. No Steiny. You will not be here on Friday. Well, you're going to miss a 3-0, but you can always watch it on afterwards. See all of the excitement. All right. Well, we're going to put professional hitter Matt Stairs over there. With Jason Kendall over here, AJ Hinch and Ron Hassey. Shea, I'm assuming, hit a bunch of home runs last year. I'm sure Rook did. Greaves over here. Bang, bang, bang. I think we nailed it. Nailed it. Easy. That was easy mode. All right. Here we go with the grid. Ooh, I see an A's column, and I see a Stu, and I see a Ricky square. Loving it. All right. So we got to play certain players. So we got to play Ricky. We got to play Stu. Probably high numbers. Yeah, pretty high numbers for both. I'm guessing Bob Welch might be the number one there. I don't know. All right, let's do A's and Braves. We could do David Justice here. We could do Christian Pache. Shea Langoliers never played for the Bravos. We could put Matty Olson. We could put my God, as soon as they leave the A's, they're dead to me. Catcher. I was gonna say Seth Brown, but no. What's his name? Well, we're not gonna use him. Walt Weiss could put there. We could put Jermaine Dye. That would be a good one. We could put let's see, who else could we put there? We're just going for 9. We're going for good answers and a 9. We don't so much need low score or number one or memes. Let's go for Atlanta. I kind of think either Justice or Die. Let's do David Justice. Justice for David and Mr. Halle Berry. All right. This is going to be my toughest one. I know. So we'll leave that one for the end. Let's do Giants. So the Giants. Oh, I got to put Tim Hudson here, don't I? All right, let's do this. We could try and put people that also played for the A's in all these categories. An all A's one. So San Francisco and the Angels. San Francisco and the Angels. As I get stumped right off the bat after I say that. Didn't Tim Lincecum pitch for the Angels at the end? He didn't pitch for the A's, obviously, but Tim Lincecum might be a good answer here. We'll think about that. For the 20 wins, it's got to be must be achieved with that team. So we got Juan Marshall, we got Gaylord Perry. I don't know if Gaylord won 20 when he was with the Giants. Vida? No, I'm thinking of Vida Pinson, and he wasn't. I don't think he was a pitcher. Well, Tim Lincecum could probably go here. I kind of think I want to put Tim Lincecum here, assuming that he played for the for the Angels at the end of his career. Who else was a 20-game winner for the Giants? Big Daddy wasn't. Zito. Oh, did Zito pitch for the... Did Zito ever pitch for the Angels? Because that would keep up the A's theme. Did Zito pitch for the Angels? I don't think he did. I think it's Lincecum. I think it was Lincecum. Darn. All right. Well, let's do this. I'm going to put Tim Lincecum here. You got to risk it for the biscuit. Apparently, a lot of people remember that. All right. Here we're going to put Juan Marshall. How many 20 did Tim Lincecum ever win? 20. He didn't. So that wouldn't have worked anyway. 46%. I have never seen. No, I guess we've gotten like a 52, I think, at one point. Wow. Wow. All right. 2,000 plus Ks. So, I mean, we could put Smoltzy here, Glavine, Maddox, any of those guys. For the Angels, however, here, we're just going to do this down here. We're going to do Christy Matheson. Really? I got to put Christy in there to make that one work. For the we could put like Mark Langston. Yeah, we're going to do Mark Langston. I mean, you don't get on Sabrina the Teenage Witch without being... And he was this week's 1988 Tops podcast, or their last episode. I think it was this week. And for Atlanta, let's put Warren Spahn, or what was Spahn and Sane and Pray for Rain. What was Sane's first name? I don't even know how you spell Spawn and Sane. How do you spell his first name? Or what is his first name? Warren Spahn and Sane. Is it just Sain? Johnny Sane. Let's try that. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but it didn't work. Johnny. Yep, I got it. All right, well, we're going to go with Warren then. Should have gone with the first one. Let's see. 214. We didn't get the 9. We did. Wow, we did a good job of the number ones up here. Barry Zito more than more than Stu, and Reggie more than Ricky, and then Ole, Mad Dog. Oh, Nolan. Wow, 47%, and then Randy. Hardest one for people to get was the Giants and the Angels. That must be why everybody got Lincecum. Let's try and think. Who else has played for those two teams? The Giants and the Angels. That's kind of a hard one, isn't it? Oh, I wanted to see, did Barry Zito ever? No, just Oakland and San Francisco. But he played in the minors for somebody. Oh, it's just the Giants. Huh. And then spent an entire year in AAA just so at the end he could come up and pitch a little bit more with the A's. Witnessed my first fantasy league save. Did Barry Zito? He was very impressed, I could tell. I need to... let's just do this. Let's see. 100. There's 123. Chili Davis. God damn it. Hoyt Wilhelm, Johnny Cueto, OCAB. Oh, that would have kept the A's theme alive. Edgardo Alfonso. Steve Finley. Didn't know, wouldn't have got that one. Tim Foley. We got a Tim Foley sighting. LaTroy. Glenn Allen Hill. Dave Kingman. JT Snow. I thought of Snow, but I wasn't sure. I'm pretty sure he played for the Angels. I just think of him as a giant. Rob Wilfong. There's a name I haven't heard for a while. We should have gone with OCAB. That would have kept the streak going. Dang it. We got Moon Man, Greg Minton. Scott Sanderson. That would have kept the A's theme. Darn. All right. Well, this was... Oh, my record was up, dude. Come on, Jeff. Get with the show. Not my best showing, not going to lie. We've done a lot better. All right. Well, this is good. We got through this quick. I got to feed the kids, and then I have got a thing to talk to people about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. We'll be back on Friday. Maybe we'll try for a little bit longer stream, a little bit more interactive stream. We'll do some videos and stuff on Friday as well. We'll finish up starting 9, do all this stuff. We'll play Feud on Friday. Feud Friday. I should just put those up already because I'm going to forget on Friday. But yeah, that'll be it. Thanks for watching. No pod this week, just to FYI, no more this year. I think we're going to record this week, though. We're going to try and get some in the can so that we don't need to be doing it every single week. Have some stored up and ready to go. All right, yeah, so that'll be it. Thank you, everybody, for jumping in, having some, hopefully, fun with doing the baseball weekly, dailies, whatever they're called. Be good to each other, stay hydrated, and I will see you on Friday. Bye.